Hello, thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Greg Lewis. I am the marketing manager for Metastock, and we are so excited to have today's very special guest, Sunny Harris, discuss with us her very own SunnyBands for Metastock. That will be starting in about 6 minutes and 41 seconds. Today I am coming at you from McAllen, Texas, where I have to say we were very fortunate to dodge the very horrific weather that hit the Texas coast this week. Not so lucky are the friends up in Dallas and the Galveston area. We wish them luck. I know they're still having power outages, and in fact, the internet here has been a little sketchy this week. So if things go awry, I do have a backup system, so stick with us. But anyway, why don't we watch this video?
Hi, my name is Kelly Clement, and I am the president here at Metastock. You know, one of the biggest questions I get asked is, what is Metastock, and how can it help me in my trading? Well, if you give me about 3 minutes of your time, I can show you. Metastock is an award-winning software and data package that has been helping traders for over 40 years. Simply put, Metastock is a tool for traders like you to analyze the markets. Metastock works across all asset classes, including stocks, futures, forex, options, crypto, and more. Metastock is designed to help you take the guesswork out of trading by offering a methodical, systematic approach to some key questions all traders come up against. Questions like, how do I decide which securities to trade when there are literally thousands to choose from? Which strategies should I use, and how do I test that strategy before spending my first trading dollar? When should I enter and exit a trade? How can I effectively manage the securities I'm interested in? What are the best options to trade? And of course, how do I know where prices will go next? At the core of Metastock are its power tools. The power tools are designed to give professional-grade analysis tools to private traders. You can scan the market with the Metastock Explorer to filter and sort securities that show buy and sell signals based on your criteria. The Metastock System Tester lets you test most strategies through a process called backtesting. This allows you to see how your strategy would have performed over time. One of Metastock's most powerful tools is its charts. Metastock allows you to navigate through your charts through browser-like tabs, arrange them in ways that you see fit, or group them in layout windows that allow you to quickly access your groups of charts. And then with the Metastock Forecaster, you can even take advantage of patented technology to view probable future prices. If you're an options trader, well, you're going to love OptionScope. OptionScope puts all the critical information at your fingertips, displaying sortable, customizable, color-coded options data, even including the Greeks. You can then take this data and analyze your options with the built-in strategies with risk-reward graphs. And Metastock has solutions for traders of all levels and interests. If you're just getting into trading, you'll appreciate the education offered by our many built-in systems. In addition to pointing out buy and sell signals, Metastock explains how they work in an easy-to-follow commentary window. Metastock has systems based off of popular strategies, things like MACD, Bollinger Bands, turtle trading, candle patterns, and many more. Metastock even has the very popular and exclusive Rahul Mohindar oscillator system, or simply known as the RMO. As you become a more experienced trader, Metastock grows with you. Advanced analysts will enjoy the comprehensive list of trading systems and indicators and the ability to create, build, and test their own systems. And if you're a day trader, you can't do better than Zenith, the real-time news, data, and analysis package powered by LSEG, a world leader in market data. Zenith is a comprehensive and flexible system with an extremely powerful search tool, which includes fundamental and economic data. Add on our world-class support, and it's not hard to see why Metastock has won the Stocks and Commodities Reader's Choice Award for 35 consecutive years. To find out more about Metastock and how it can help you in your trading, visit metastock.com or contact a product professional via phone, email, or chat.
All right. Thanks so much for watching that. Again, today's special guest is Sunny Harris. Sunny Harris is kind of new to the Metastock realm, but she's been in the trading realm for many years and has a great deal of experience and much knowledge to impart. So I highly recommend you stick around and give her a listen. Also come armed with some questions. She's very good and very responsive. We multicast this, I should say simulcast this presentation on both GoToWebinar and YouTube. So if you're on YouTube and you're asking questions, we'll pass that over to GoToWebinar, which is the presentation venue that Sunny is using. Anyway, that's all technical, doesn't really matter. Things that do matter, please do like and subscribe. We really do like it when y'all like and subscribe. Also, you'll be notified if you hit that bell of when we have live events like this. And we have live events like this just about every week, at least one, and sometimes we have multi-day and full-day events. So make sure to check that out. We also ask that you please participate, ask lots of questions, comment. Really, you're welcome, and we appreciate vocal and participating viewers. We just ask that you be respectful of the presenters, and also the fellow viewers. That's, just be nice. All right, I think that's about it. I'm going to go ahead and let you listen to some jazzy music for about 30 more seconds while I make sure Jeff is good to go on his end. Thanks so much for joining us again, and successful trading.
Hey, thanks, Greg. I appreciate that. Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming. My name is Jeff Kibbe. I'm going to kick us off today. That means I get to read a legal disclaimer and all that kind of stuff. For those of you that are tuning in, thanks for coming. It's great to see you. We are streaming this to YouTube. So if you're watching this on GoToWebinar and you want to get the recording, it's going to automatically be sent in about an hour. So if you are watching us on YouTube, make sure to say hi. Give us a like, subscribe to the channel. Those things help a great deal. We really appreciate them. Greg appreciates it. I appreciate it. And we'd love to see it. So we also do all kinds of really good content that comes up there. So if you subscribe, you'll be able to see some more great guests in the future. So in any case, let's go ahead and kind of get started with that legal disclaimer I promised you. Today's demonstration is designed to instruct you on using Metastock and the accompanying software plugins. It is not a recommendation to buy or sell, but rather guidelines to interpreting and using specific indicators and features within the software. The information, software, and techniques presented today should be used by investors who are aware of the risk inherent in trading. Metastock and its employees shall have no liability for any investment decisions based on the use of the software, any trading strategies, or any information provided in connection with the company. Metastock and its employees do not endorse the purchase of any security, nor are they paid for the promotion of a security. No information contained in this presentation should be construed as investment advice or a solicitation to buy a security. So as we get started today, I wanted to welcome a guest of ours today, Sunny Harris. Sunny has been somebody that I'm aware of and have known in the industry for years and years and years. I remember meeting her at the very first trade show I went to. And that would have been in Vegas. I don't remember the year, but I'm going to say it's like late 90s, maybe early 2000s. It was back there. Sunny's always been a really, really brilliant trader. She was a systems programmer for Lockheed. You can read her bio up here. But one thing that really struck out to me is just how smart she was. We finally kind of got all of her indicators and her functions and the stuff that she uses into Metastock. I'm glad to have it. It's something that we've been working on as a project for a little bit now. And I'm just glad that it's finally ready. And so what we're going to do is we're going to have her come in. She's going to talk to us. She's going to show us kind of like how she looks at the markets and all that kind of good stuff. So let's go ahead and get her started. Sunny, how are you doing today?
Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you bet. Okay, I just sent the presentation over to you, and I can't hear you. So I'll let you know as soon as we can see the screen. I can see the screen right now, dancing with the markets using SunnyBands. So I'm really good at doing this, Sunny. I'm going to get out of the way, and I'm going to let you go.
Let me know if you can hear me now, Jeff.
We can hear you. You sound great.
All right, fantastic. Thank you. Dancing with the markets using SunnyBands. Let's see if I can get it to there. There we go. Now, my second passion is trading. My first passion is in helping beginners. So this talks for beginners and intermediate traders and those who have not yet become wildly successful. I made 37 points in the ES today. I won't tell you how many shares times that, but it was a big number. So if you'd like to become wildly successful too, get in contact with me. My number is at the top of every web page on moneymentor.com. You see down here, and my phone number is right there. That's direct line to me. So if you want to talk, give me a call. If you want to ask questions, I'm available. So it's also for people who have not traded much and want to learn, or people who want to improve their trading results. I love to teach beginners. I love to improve intermediates. And I do mentoring and consulting. So there's the phone number, 760-908-3070. I'm in California, so don't call me too early. And this is the same kind of thing that Jeff just read. The basic rule here is don't trade with any money you can't afford to lose. And all the results shown in these slides is hypothetical. Past performance is not a predictor of future results. All investing involves risk of loss, and individual investments may vary. The examples provided here may not be representative of typical results. I don't have results for my clients. I don't know what their results are. Your capital is at risk when you invest, and you can lose some or all of your money. So never risk more than you can afford to lose. And if you want to go to moneymentor.com, or I will be posting the slides for this presentation on moneymentor.com. If you join as a free member, you have access to all the slides for this and other talks as well. I'm going to tell you exactly how I trade every day. I've been trading for 43 years, and I still trade every day. Then I'm going to show you my own indicators that I use, which are SunnyBands, the dynamic moving average histogram, and slope. And all three of these are available for Metastock. And I don't hold anything back. I mean, I've heard a lot of vendors who talk about their strategies, and in the middle where it gets important, they kind of wave their hands. So I tell you exactly how I read these indicators. But first, I'm going to tell you a little bit about my background and why I'm okay to talk to you today about these things. So I've been trading for over 43 years. I trade stocks, futures, and stocks, futures, and crypto. But I don't trade options. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself and show you how I trade. I've been a professional trader since 1981. Through the major crashes since that time. You see we have plenty of them. And the next one. I don't know when that's going to be, but there will be another one of these days. I trade the S&P 500 futures contract primarily on 1 and 5 minute charts. And I've heard that it's the most difficult market to trade, but to me it's the easiest. I specialize in it, and I've been doing it was the big boy first, the S&P, and I've been doing that since 1982 when they first introduced it. It's not almost 43 years anymore, it's over 43 years. I also have a long-term stock portfolio. Now, long-term to me means a week or more. Because if you're trading on a 1 and 5 minute charts, a week looks like a long time. And I do hold some cryptocurrencies. I trade back and forth. Today I'm going to show you how I trade SunnyBands, the dynamic moving averages in fast markets and in slow markets. And then I'm going to, if we have time left at the end, I'm going to show you my ultimate F compounding spreadsheet so that you can dramatically increase any winning strategy. And these are the things, if you'll text me to my phone, 760-908-3070, SSS, you send me that, I'll send you a free copy of my Sunny Side of the Street newsletter, where I explain what my indicators are telling me about 12 different markets. Email me if you can't find it, sunny@moneymentor.com. Or when we post the PDF, then you can click above. And membership is free. Just go to moneymentor.com and click on membership. I also do a free podcast where I interview the legends in the industry. We've had, oh gosh, Larry Williams and Jake Bernstein and John Bollinger. I mean, the list goes on. I've had 49 interviews so far, and they're all really, really insightful and fantastic. It's a fun listen. So it's called The Sunny Harris Show with Sam Tennis. Sam's the originator of the Trade Station program, and he talks to us about technical things of all kinds, including Metastock, anybody that wants to join. And that's where you get the podcast. It's just Larry Williams, Jake Bernstein, Steve Nissen, Linda Raschke, Dr. Alexander Elder, Cynthia Case, Sherman McClellan, the originator of McClellan Oscillator, Carolyn Baroden, the Fibonacci Queen, Greg Morris, John Bollinger, Bollinger Bands, and many, many more. And this is what my Sunny Side of the Street looks like. And it just goes on and on and on. Pithy technical analysis. So I talk in short about 12 different markets, futures, Bitcoin, and quite a few stocks. So real quick, I was rated #1 trader twice by Stark Research, and I was using my SunnyBands and my dynamic moving average way back then. And there you can see right at the top. This is my trade along with Sunny Live Trading Room, which I host every day from 9 to 10 a.m. And that's how we've been doing so far. You can click on that and subscribe to the Daily Live Trading Room. And if you subscribe to the Daily Live Trading Room, we're going to have a free lunch at a hotel near LAX on September 21st and 22nd. We'll have a free lunch and a cocktail party and have a lot of fun together. And there'll be a mini conference on Sunday, the 22nd, where I'll be teaching trading. So every morning, 9 a.m., 1 hour, and there are 25 weeks. We're up 215% so far. So we still have the second half of the year to go. I grew up poor in Appalachia, which is true. I had a very strong Southern accent at one point. I have 3 degrees in mathematics, I got an AA in telecommunications after I retired. So I've directed films and commercials and things like that. And I do a lot of photography. And I've taken business and programming classes at Stanford and Wharton and UCLA and San Diego State. I just keep on taking them. So I've been programming actually now for 56 years, 43 years of trading. I was a systems programmer for Lockheed, which is where I got my programming introduction. Then I left Lockheed and helped found a little company called ISCO, which became the world's leader in computer graphics software. And then I retired when I was 30. I sold my founder's stock and retired. And then I gave my money to money managers. And by golly, they lost $75,000 in 3 weeks. So I said, give me that money back. It's mine. And I can do that poorly on my own. So I started reading, and I read and I read and I read, and now I've read 747 books on trading, investing, the economy, that kind of thing. But the first year, I still considered myself a trader, but I did not enter a single trade. I watched the market and learned the rhythm. You have to learn the patterns in the rhythm so they become second nature to you. Let's see, I've written more than 5 best-selling trading books now. Trading 101, Trading 102, Electronic Day Trading 101, Getting Started in Trading, TradeStation Made Easy, and Going Vegan with my friend Linda Blair. And now I have 2 volumes of easy language TradeStation stuff. Sorry, Jeff. And I've written articles for all the major magazines, and I continue to do so. It's just, you know, I like to help the people who are still struggling. It's just my thing. Here are the covers of the books, so you can recognize them. It's 4, 5. Oh, yes, and Using Easy Language 9.x with my friend Murray Ruggiero. And I published a monthly magazine for 8 years, Trader's Catalog and Resource Guide. And there's that one, and here's the newest one, 2-volume. It's 1,300 pages of Made Easy. Let's just go right over this. Top consultant, top courses and seminars, memberships. Get on to the meat of this. Oh, I want to read you a quips and quotes thing. I will let you know how helpful your daily trading room sessions have been. It's refreshing to see someone trade live and answer any questions that we have. It's so much better than a service that just wants to sell you something and send you on your way. This is really speeding up my learning, and I look forward to trading along with you. Thanks for all you're doing to help people learn the art of trading. And Rick is a subscriber to my daily Trade Along with Sunny subscription. And I've lost my mouse. Hang on. Did my mouse just... Battery must have just died. And here's one that I really like. This is from a guy that I haven't heard from since, but he said, well, I just want to say I love them, your bands. I've torn apart Bollinger Bands, Keltner, etc., and nothing comes close to what you have created. I've talked to CMTs, that's Chartered Market Technicians, who said, oh yeah, they're just bullies. And I almost spit out my coffee. I watched your videos where you're walking a new customer through their use, and I got it all understood. The terms are right there. Bullies are too general, and Keltner, which Rasky says she likes, are only a hair better than bullies. Yours blows them both away. Of course, you already know that. Marius. So there's lots and lots of quips and quotes on moneymentor.com. And I have a Facebook page. That's what SunnyBands looks like, which you'll see in a few minutes. And I make a prediction every now and then. You can subscribe to Sunny Side of the Street. I have customers all over the world, so don't be afraid to call me from wherever you are. I do WhatsApp as well. Now, this next slide is the most important slide in the whole presentation. And I want you each to see if you can do this for yourself with your own numbers and your own calculations. Here's how you make a 6-figure income. Let's say $120,000 a year. That's a 6-figure income. If you divide that by 12 months, it's $10,000 a month, which still seems like, I mean, when you're plugging along 5 minutes at a time, looking at making $100, it's hard to see how to get to $10,000 a month. But $10,000 a month divided by 20 trading days is just $500 a day. And that is just 5 trades at $100 each. I mean, that's doable. 5 trades at $100 each makes you a 6-figure income. And in the S&P, there's typically between $1,000 and $3,500 potential profit if you can go both long and short. Just one contract. So here's how I trade. I'm going to break it all down and show you exactly how I trade. We're going to look at some complex images in the next few slides here, but I'll explain them, and they turn out to be really easy. color coding keys me into action. I always use the same color bars, the same color moving averages. Everything's color coded so I can glance at it and not have to do too much thinking while I'm trying to place a trade. So here's a daily chart of the SPY, and you can see I've put Fibonacci lines on it from bottom to top so we can see where the retracements are likely to be. And I do keep Fibonacci lines on my charts. And I also draw something that I call attractors, which I'll show you. And this is a 15-minute chart of the SPY. And you can see this is the expert and the congestion, bullish, bearish temperature gauge, and the, I wonder if you see my mouse, and my mouse is still dead. The arrows show you possible turning points where you might want to consider a short, and the green arrows on the bottom show you where you might consider a long. And then I'll tell you in just a minute about the color coding for the histogram that's below the SunnyBands chart and above the temperature gauge. So I'll explain all that in just a second. And here's the SPY on a 5-minute chart. So you can see that was today. That was pretty exciting. Same arrows, so you can see where the turning points are, potential turning points. So let's look at the Dow Jones just for a second on a 1-minute chart. If you're looking at the hard right edge of this chart, which is where that's all we have to go on, is the hard right edge. So if you're looking at that, where do you think it's going to go next? Is it going to continue on down, or is it going to turn around? And if so, why? And there it goes up and then down. So it's really hard to figure that out when you're just looking at this much. You wouldn't know up's next move. Pardon me. Here's the SPY on a 5-minute chart. Oh, we just did that. Let's go on. But there is no such thing as prescience when it comes to the market. We all look at the hard right edge of the forming chart, and we just don't have future data. We can see past data, we can see current data, but we can't see future data. So we really don't know where the market's going. We're all guessing. Larry Williams said to me once, it's all guessing. It's 50-50. Either you're going to win or you're going to lose. And my question is always, when we're looking at the markets or indicators, I always ask, what is true? So I'm asking of the chart, what is true with respect to the indicator? What's true with respect to the move that we just had? And I'm asking that all the time, every new bar. So now how do you trade that thing that we saw? It's easier to see in hindsight, but that chart doesn't tell you much. It just looks scary to me. Is it going down? Is it going at a bottom? Is it going to turn around? We don't know. And then, of course, everybody says buy low, sell high. Most new traders buy high, sell low. And what are they? How do you know when you're low? And when do you enter the trade? That's the most important. So I would go back to the Fibonacci lines there. And then I call anything that's a mean reversion type indicator or tool, I call them attractors because they attract price to them. So here we have Fibonacci lines that are attractors. And then we have a line drawn in the middle of the chart. There's an orange line. That's an attractor because price hits that several times. It hits it here, tries again and misses here. So I know that that's an area of confluence. All right, there's a lot of prices that continue to hit that. So that's why I drew that. And trend lines are also attractors. You can see this trend line that goes from here to here and it gets broken and we go down. So that's also an attractor. And I keep these on my charts. And then I add SunnyBands, the dynamic moving average histogram, and slope. These are my 3 main indicators. So on this chart, you can see the green lines on the outside. Green lines above are called upper, and the ones below the dynamic Dynamic moving average is purple and gold. That's the thing in the center. And the thing I'll explain to you in a few minutes is it's the engine of SunnyBands. So we've got a green on the top that's 2 average true ranges away from the DMA. A blue one in there that's 1.2 average true ranges. And likewise on the bottom, and this is, you'll notice this is not mirrored. They're calculated independently, unlike other things we know about. And so we've got the lower outer band and the lower inner band of the SunnyBands. Now the DMA is dynamic moving average. And by dynamic, I mean, I found out a long time ago about whipsaw. And I realized that I could make money in the trends and then lose it all in the chop. So sideways periods where you're just getting whipsawed back and forth with most indicators kills you. So I decided I had enough math background, I could solve that problem. And I made several attempts at it. And in all, it took me 18 months of research, 18 hours a day, to come up with the formulas for this. But I've been using it now for 36 years with no changes, and it's still working. And you can see how price rides the upper outer band, comes back to the DMA, goes up and rides the upper outer band, comes back to the DMA over and over and over again. Well, it backed up. I must have hit the back here. So you can see until it closes below the flat DMA right through here, we're not going down. This whole time that gold was on top, we stayed long that whole time. And then here's the short trade. And then it's confirmed again on the long trade from there. And I had a guy who bought the Metastock version tell me this morning, it's simple, it's easy to use, there's no questions. And here's the histogram. It's the gold and red above the zero line and the purple and green below the zero line. Now this measures the difference between the gold and purple in the DMA. And those are really small numbers, you know, it's just the difference between those two lines. Makes it easy to see who's on top. If we're gold and red on top of the zero line, then gold is on top. If we're purple and green below the zero line, then purple's on top. So with gold on top, we're expecting to go long, but then it turns red and starts diverging. Price is still going up, and this is diverging down. So this is a good place to be looking at taking some profits. And likewise, when it's purple below the zero, telling me that purple is on top, you can see that. So it goes below the zero line, turns green. Now that's telling me it might be a good time to start taking some profits in the shorts. So now I can see something, right? That speaks to me. I added attractors, which are not just support and resistance. Trend lines are attractors. Moving averages are attractors. Fibonacci retracements, they're all called attractors in my book. Elliott waves are attractors. You can find places that you think price is going to go by counting the Elliott waves. So let's go a little farther. I have an indicator elsewhere that I call PHW. It stands for potential hourly wage. So one of my first assignments for myself when I started learning to trade was a business plan. How much money can I make doing this? Is it something that I can do instead of working at McDonald's, you know? That's where your potential hourly wage is. So a lot of people call me up and say, I'm going to go live trading. I've only lost $700 this week. Well, that's not a reason to start trading. Not live. You need to trade in sim still, but if you're losing money, you've got a negative potential hourly wage. So you need to know, can you make more by trading than working for an hourly wage? And at least I need to know that. That's what I do. And I put dots at the ideal turning points, but they're not perfect. They're off a little here and there, you know, every 10 times or so. But I then take 60% of the ideal as a goal. So I know I'm not going to catch 100% of every move, but maybe I can lose 20% on the in, 20% on the out, And now I've got 60% left in the middle. You can see this with a zigzag indicator on Metastock. You can see where the perfect turning points are. And then all you have to do is create a little spreadsheet and put these numbers all in for buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. And then you've got it just like I have it. Okay. So here's the ideal turning points with a larger percent retracement, you can see. And then let's look at this. What if we buy and hold the Dow Jones, buying at the beginning of 2020, let's say, and selling at the end? That's $34,000, buying and selling, 2020 to now. But let's go back. 34,000 is not, that's the ideal. That's not what's possible to make. So we're going to take 60% of that. And on the same chart, if you're trading, is $327,000. Not 34,000, but 300,000 on the same chart by trading and taking 60% of the ideal instead of buy and hold. Quite a difference, right? So now I have a little trading room, a live trading room called Trade Along with Sunny, to facilitate people learning to use my indicators and to show them how I trade. So I trade live for an hour every morning with people watching me trade. Obviously, sometimes I win, sometimes I lose. That's the way this business is. And I'm going to show you a 99-second video condensation of what my trading room looks like, and I hope you'll join us. And with the flat DMA look on top, I don't really expect it to go much lower than the DMA. If it goes down and closes under the DMA, then I'm short. That 1 minute NASDAQ's just going straight up. Look, there's it. It's trying. Let's see what this one's doing. Come on. Order fill. Okay. What I'm watching right now, see if that's going to go above this interband. And if it does, it seems to me like it's going to be way further up. Order fill. There we go. Good job. Thank you. That was a perfect exit on that trade, wasn't it? Sure was. Yeah. Yeah, it was. I've taken 2 of them, Sonny. Have you? Did you make any money? Yeah. Excellent. Yeah, absolutely. And there's where you reach me. So let's look real quick at some stocks. We've looked at the SPY, which is an ETF. I trade the futures, the S&P 500 futures, but the SPY is an ETF that's a proxy for that. So here was NVIDIA. This is a few weeks ago now, but now I sold out all of my NVIDIA stock. I took profits 2 or 3 days ago. I can't remember now, but got out of it, and it's been going down since. I mean, there's a lot of up movement after that, into that chart. So let's look at what this would do. If you buy and hold from the beginning of that chart, it's $923. Buy 1 share, hold it to the end, versus $4,400 on the same chart, trading 1 share. Well, you don't trade 1 share of a stock. You know, people typically trade 10 or 100 or something. So you can see what that would be. And this is on a daily chart. This isn't even on the intraday chart. So 1 share makes that. Let's look again, same thing, Tesla. Again, this is a couple of weeks old. Tesla's gone straight up over the last couple of weeks, 11 or 12 days straight up. And I exited that yesterday before it started going down. took profits on Tesla. So now we'll see what happens next. So Tesla, if you buy and hold the beginning of the chart, is $237, but if you trade it, it's $21.31 per share. I mean, that's buying one share of Tesla, $21.31. On the SPY, the same thing. We can look at that and see the histogram, DMA histogram, and the SunnyBands. And there's the daily chart on the SPY. If we hold $418, but if you trade, you make $4,800, and that's the 60%. Oh no, sorry, that's the ideal. 60% of that would be $2,923 per share. Per share. Over 20 years. Let's look at the SPY on a 15-minute chart. Same SunnyBands and DMA histogram. And you can see that SunnyBands work exactly the same way. I mean, they're going up when the market's going up. They're going sideways when the market's sideways. And they don't run outside some ideal range created by standard deviation. They're average true ranges away from a dynamic moving average, which means, therefore, that the ATR, if you put a standard ATR on there, it wouldn't look the same as this, because it's a dynamic ATR also based on the fact that it's calculated off the dynamic moving average. So let's look at some returns on that one. Buy and hold would be $75, one share. Trading would be $1,500 per share. 60% of the ideal is $910. So that's per share. That's dramatic. In just 9 months on that chart. This is the S&P yearly SPY. And I love the Metastock yearly charts. That really gives you a good look at what's actually going on. So does that look like we're going to have a pullback? I don't know. I'm ready for one if it happens, though, because I'm on my toes here. And the SPY daily on the trader's chart, you can see where this goes up and hits the SunnyBands, comes back down and hits the lower SunnyBands, back up to the outer SunnyBands, happens over and over and over again. Here's fast trading in a 15-minute market. And you can see same thing, same exact thing. It doesn't matter what symbol you use or what time frame you use. So you can trade it on anything. It's not tailored to any particular market or time frame. I made it so it would be a universal indicator. And as I said, I've been using it for 36 years nonstop with no changes. So on the daily chart of that one, here's what it looks like. This is a trader's view. If we show the trades, makes it easy when you can get them pinpointed like that. So in the sideways, we went long, short, and in the trend, we stayed long. That's the beauty of SunnyBands, is how it navigates you through the choppy periods. Okay. So as I said, my indicators work on any symbol and on any time frame. And how do you know that you can do that? How do you know that in 1982 you buy Apple at 12 cents? Well, you don't unless you're looking at SunnyBands. So I look at my indicators and I can tell which way the market's going to be moving. So it is, as I said, it's a derivative of my DMA, and it allows me to investigate excursions from the DMA, both favorable and adverse, and the bands are ATRs. No, they're not like Bollinger Bands. Bollinger Bands use standard deviations away from a simple moving average. Standard deviations tell the market where it should go, and a simple moving average has an enormous amount of whipsaw to it. My DMA is smooth and it dances seamlessly with the market. And the ATRs ask the market where it has been and where it is going, instead of trying to predict something that's a number of standard deviations away. Let's look at simple moving averages and look at a little whipsaw for a few minutes. 15-minute chart. Let's look right through here. Where's my mouse? Look, I have 5 monitors, and I've got another an app that I run called Microsoft Mouse Without Borders. So I can run from, and they're on 2 different computers. So I can run from one screen to the next with this mouse without borders. But I never know where my mouse is. So here we go. Sideways period, simple moving average crosses. Sideways period, simple moving average cross, 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 cross. You're going to lose on every single one of those. That's the problem I saw with whipsaw. Now those are simple moving averages. Here it is, same thing on the daily SPY. So you can see it didn't matter if it was 15-minute. Cross, 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 cross. You're going to lose on every one of those. But you can make money on the long trend. So that doesn't help you. And I've tested everything. I've tested all the moving averages and head and shoulders and everything. Stochastics, RSI. Now here you can see Apple, and Apple is a tradable stock for the most part, not a trending stock. Although we've been doing some trending lately, but this is what it looks like. And look what is the daily chart. Look what the moving averages do. They cross back and forth and back and forth. Here's on a daily chart, you can see the same idea. Cross, cross, cross. And here we see, look at all these crosses. Goes on and on and on. Okay. So simple moving averages, even exponential and weighted moving averages give late signals and whipsaws. Just in case you don't know, you probably all do. Whipsaw is when a price or an indicator is moving back and forth with no trend. And it's when you're losing money on both sides of a price swing. That last chart, as you saw, was full of whipsaw. So let's examine the crossover signals on that. In my experience, whipsaw eats up all the profit that you made from the trends. And the crossovers are invariably late. They're lagging. So that's why I invented my dynamic moving average. I was setting out to cure the whipsaw problem. I wanted the links of the moving averages to change with the market automatically. So first I used tables and lookup values, and then I used filters. If this is happening, then use this link. If this is happening, then use the other link. And that didn't work. So then I started to work on equations. And equations from scratch are not easy. So as I told you, I spent 18 months working 18 hours a day to do it. So I did it. I created a dynamic moving average that calculates its own lengths. So for instance, if you use a simple moving average and the standard inputs are 9 and 18, 9 for the fast moving average and 18 for the slow. Mine, on the other hand, changes with every tick, so you never know what those inputs are. It's doing it mathematically, and it dances with the market. So let's look at them both together on a chart. This is the purple and gold are the DMA, and you can see, you can't really see very clearly which way they're going because there's too much on the chart, but you can see the blue and the, what is it? Dark red, looks like blue and dark red are the simple moving average. You can see those crossovers. And then you can see how my dynamic moving average doesn't echo it. It does something different. So let's look at that closer. Here's the DMA by itself on a chart. And you can see that when we come to sideways periods, the thing widens out so you don't get stuck in a sideways trade. And it just stays, for instance, here, gold stays on top this entire time. Pardon me, I've been sick. My DMA is unique. It's not like anybody else's. I test everyone that comes out in Stocks Commodities magazine and buy the ones that are for sale so I can see how mine's different. And I don't change anything in it. I just learn. John Eller's put out one that was some sort of dynamic, but it doesn't do what mine does. So the DMA calculates its own links dynamically within the map. And the market usually moves as much as it usually moves, so that led me to use ATRs. Let me take a drink of water. I'm very sorry. Okay, I'm going to go over the SunnyBands rules now for you. When the market's going up on green, I use blue actually now. When it's going up on green candles and gets above the upper outer band and turns red and dips below the upper outer band, I go short. That's rule number one. When the market's going down on red candles and gets below the lower outer band and turns blue or green and pops above the lower outer band, I go long. That's really the basis of the whole thing. Now, I have some caveats to that, which are, I call them level 2 and 3. So let's look at a little bit more complex rules. First, let's look, if you're using that, the investor made $168 a share and the trader made $2.99 per share. The day trader, however, made $610 per share. If you'd started with 100 shares, obviously 16,008, 29,009, or 61,000, which would you rather? That's why I'm a day trader. Of course, these are hypothetical numbers. I didn't calculate that out with an old account. So if you started at a value of 47 cents in 1981 and the current price of 156, the investor would have made 399%. But the trader made 635% profit, and the day trader made an astounding 1,200% profit. So that's why I'm both a trader and an investor. I have investments in one portfolio and my trades in another. So is this possible to make this PHW value over and over and over again? And the answer is yes and no. You can't catch all the moves. I don't catch them all. Nobody else is going to catch them all. How many holes in one have you had playing golf in your lifetime? So to me, it seems that you can get about 60% of each move when you're trading, and that's what's reflected in the PHW. While the investor got to sit through long periods of scary negative movements, there's negative markets, then you're going to be going long and short and long and short. Or that's what we do as traders. So let's look at a little 4-page summary of SunnyBands rules so you'll know these are for educational purposes only. And level 1 is what we just went over. Long blue red candles have been moving downward and touch the lower outer band and turn blue, and then move back inside the lower outer band if price confirms. Now, by if price confirms, I mean you look at the candle you got the signal on, and if the next candle goes in the desired direction, then you can enter the long. And that's how I look at that. Primarily blue candles going up. They come up to the flat DMA right here. You can see it's flat and we've got sideways congestion. Always the case. And then we go on up. So that's level 1 buying. Level 1 selling is we've got red candles coming down. When we get a blue one inside the band and go up on the confirming candle, then I would go long. No, short, sorry. Sorry. Let's start over. Blue candles going up, hit the upper outer band, turn red, go down below the upper inner band, and we go short. Cut that part out, Jeff. SunnyBands rules level 2. If the DMA midline is flat, that means the angle is visually sideways. There's also a slope indicator that tells you exactly what the angle is. Then I don't expect price to move very far beyond the midline. So it's going to go just down to the midline and then bounce back up more than likely. Not always, but that's my most likely scenario. When it's flat, you can see how price goes up, stumbles around the flat DMA and comes back down again. Goes back up and stumbles again around the flat DMA. And yes, these are from actual charts. So I find that the DMA, a flat DMA, often acts as a barrier to further movement. Okay, so it'll go up there and come back, up there and come back. It did that several times in today's market too. So the level 3 rule, so we've got the trend, then we've got what do you do if it's going sideways, and then this is in level 3. This is an overarching sort of rule that you want to keep in the back of your head at all times. If gold's on top and slope is positive, I'm going to stay long until the gold is penetrated by price. So if we've got a good trend going like we had today, purple was on top the whole time. This is the example for positive slope on gold on time. Let's look for if purple's on top and we have negative slope, then I stay short until the purple is penetrated. And there's what today was much steeper than that, but that's what it looks like with purple on top. And out here at the right, you see the flat DMA got penetrated. Now, is it going to go sideways for a few more bars? More than likely. But if it goes and closes up above that, then that's a reason to get in the long position. So now we can look at fast markets for a second. Let's look at the S&P, gold. I think I'm okay on time still, aren't I? 249. So here's the 15-minute SPY, 5-minute SPY. Looks the same as any other charts. You can see the bands are on the top. Price is riding them down with purple on top. Price is riding them up with gold on top. Gold, and this is the last contract. It's not the current one. You see, this is the daily chart of gold, and here's the same chart on a 15-minute basis. There are more moves to be caught on a 15-minute basis. Crude oil. Let's see, it was going up, went below the flat DMA and tried to hit it, but didn't. Chances are it's going to go down from there. So here's the signal. You see the signal? That's where we went long. Crude oil futures, 15-minute. Now this market, I don't trade. I'll trade the daily market just fine, but I won't trade the intraday market on crude. And you see why? It's very sparse. Very little intraday trading going on. So I always say, don't buy something you can't sell. In the back of Technical Analysis of Stocks and Commodities magazine, every month, they have a liquidity table where they put the futures liquidity so you can see who ranks number one, and it's almost invariably the S&P 500 E-mini contract. You see how those arrows go out beyond the end of the table, so there's lots more liquidity to that than it looks like even on that chart. Next one down is the 10-year T-note, but you see it doesn't go off the chart. It's less than the E-mini, and the E-mini is invariably on the top. So that's the reason I trade that one. That statement I made about don't buy something you can't sell, look down there at the bottom where we're talking about the British pound and the Australian dollar. Not a lot of liquidity there. You might get some significant slippage in trying to place those trades, especially intraday. So here's what a spreadsheet looks like with my PHW indicator in it. And you'll see I put ES, crude, and gold. Buy and hold, it gives you buy and hold values. It gives you the PHW values, how many trades. So you can see, and there was the ideal. For the E-mini on a 5-minute, 54,000. 32,000 if you take 60%. Crude, $72 per contract, $13.99 PHW. And gold at buy and hold was $2,000 on the chart and $24,000 trading. Which do you think I'd pick? The ES. There's only one reason to trade, and that's to make money. And that's the reason I trade. I don't trade for the excitement or the thrill or the something I can conquer or something else to learn or the challenge. I trade to make money. And my job as a professional trader is to take your money. So keep in mind when you haven't read very many books or haven't practiced very long, it's my job to take your money. So I've also been asked, if she trades, why does she sell indicators or do consulting or still trade? I've been asked, why don't I retire? Because I love what I do and I like to give back to the industry that's been so kind to me. And I enjoy it every single day. And I still like making money. Speaking of money, if you have a profitable series of trades, it's possible with strategic compounding to greatly magnify your profits. And this is what I call ultimate F. Now, I'm going to leave the presentation at this point, but that's a spreadsheet where you can put in the profit or loss from your current trade, and it'll tell you based on the double the margin, it'll tell you how many contracts you can trade on the next trade. And it gets greater, and if you're losing, it gets less. But as long as you have a profitable series of trades and your system's working, now if it's negative and you're losing, there's no way you can compound the losing system other than to make it lose more. And it's reminiscent of Ralph Vince's optimal F. So I'm going to speed through this. Oh, no, let's don't speed through that. So my trade along with Sunny, I trade 5 contracts of the ES and we're together for an hour. I trade with double the margin, and oh, this is an old one. It's 25 weeks now and we're up 211%. So we're up above definitely up above the high of this. So keep in touch with moneymentor.com and you'll see there the charts on every page. And it's the latest one. It's today's chart. And there's where I keep the spreadsheet. And this is the ultimate F. You'll see that this is how much the string of trades makes. Just one contract at a time. And using ultimate F compounding spreadsheet, you can see in red what's happened. So you're up above $200,000 instead of above $50,000 just by compounding judiciously. And that's what a bunch of math will do for you. So I'm going to skip over all this because I want to get to the contact information. There's my website. And I have programmed these indicators for use in my own trading. They weren't built to sell so I'd have a product because my trading wasn't supporting me. My trading supports me, and I make these available to you so you can be successful too. And I show you, I do a Zoom call with you. I show you exactly how I use them. I walk you through the installation if you need it, and I show you exactly how I use them. Just like we're doing in here, and I don't hold anything back. So ask all the questions you want. And like I said, we do a Zoom call and I train you to use them for free. This is a unique offer for today. We can do one free guest pass to trade along with Sunny on Wednesday mornings. The daily subscription, if you want to come every day, is $2.95 a month. But on Wednesdays, I can give you a guest pass. I'm really sorry. So if you'll text TAWS, Trade Along with Sunny, to me at 760-908-3070, and send me your email, I'll give you free entry next Wednesday. That's not June 30th anymore. It's July 31st. Sorry about that. So you can give me a call at my cell phone, and you can sign up for free membership on Money Mentor. And that's another chart of the same thing. And I know there's 3 indicators in the Metastock bundles, and I'm going to let Jeff tell you about the offers that are available. Jeffrey? Well, let's keep going if he's not here yet. So you can click right there to go to Metastock and see what the offering is. I know they're doing a good deal on it for the, I don't know how long.
Yeah, I can definitely talk about it. Can you hear me now?
Yes, please.
Okay, okay. For some reason, my mic got turned off. I was in here kind of rearranging a few things, and I thought my microwave has been live for a while, but apparently it's been off for a while. So, but we do have a couple questions, if I can ask you, Sunny, and I'd be happy to talk about the package and kind of all of the stuff that it includes and that kind of stuff in just a second.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Anise wanted to know, would you consider this more trading with the trend or reversion to the mean type of strategies?
That's a good question. And the beauty of SunnyBands is it's both. During sideways periods, we do trendless periods. It automatically adjusts itself to do reversion to the mean. And during trending periods, it automatically adjusts itself to follow the trend.
Yeah, you talk a lot about. Oh, go ahead.
I don't know any other software that adjusts like that to follow both.
I love the fact that it's all dynamic and it looks at the cycles and to do that. What you talk a lot about the day trading for people that are a little bit longer term that maybe still work during the day. Does this work on longer term charts like dailies, and what are the recommendations in regards to time frame?
It works on any time frame, any symbol. So for my stock trading, I definitely use daily charts.
All right, cool. And does that also include any instrument?
Any symbol, any time frame.
Good, cool. All right, I think that covers the questions. Sunny, I want to say before I take over, thank you for coming in. Thanks for sharing with us. Thanks for all the work in terms of getting all this stuff ready for Metastock.
PM. Sorry about that. My computer tossed to me.
Does it talk to you in your own voice?
I'm working on that.
That's awesome. Okay, very cool. I'm gonna go. Thank you for everything, Sunny. I'm gonna go ahead and grab and just kind of talk about the package, the trainings, the sessions that are included, and all that kind of stuff. But thank you very much for being in here.
May I stay on to see what you're offering?
Absolutely, sure.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Let me go ahead and do this. I'm gonna make me the presenter here, and I just want to kind of really just kind of talk. And Sunny, you're welcome to kind of chime in if you want to about what's included in the SunnyBands package. And for sure, if I say anything wrong, go ahead and chime in as well. So with the SunnyBands, you do get the SunnyBands indicator. You can apply it to any time frame. It does include the SunnyBands. The SunnyBands are kind of built around the DMAs, which are the dynamic moving averages. They're unique. They're used average true range. They're calculated dynamically, and they help you determine bullishness and bearish. So they're designed to have price. They give you a clear picture of when to go long, when to go short. They show typical turning prices. When I was reading the manual, one of the things that I thought was pretty interesting is kind of like, unlike Bollinger Bands, they're designed to kind of hug the price. And instead of telling you where it expects price to go, telling you what price is actually doing. And I think I just kind of didn't say that. John wanted to know, does this work on Australian markets? Absolutely, John. And thanks for using Metastock. So let's see. In addition to the SunnyBands, you're going to get the DMA histogram. It is calculated very much like a MACD, if you're familiar with a MACD calculation, except for it uses better moving averages, the dynamic moving averages. So you do have a color-coded thing. If you have a DMA value that's increasing, that means the price is going up. If it's increasing rapidly, that means there's more momentum behind it. If it's kind of flat, it means that the chart is a little bit flatter. So all those lessons you know around MACD are going to apply really, really well to this. It's color-coded. It's going to show you trend and momentum at the same time. And it's included. It's part of the package that you get. The other thing that we don't plot here as much, but as part of the package, is slope. And slope is one of Sunny's newer indicators. It's designed to look at price activity. It's designed to measure the slope of the DMAs, and you use it to determine congestion, bearishness, or bullishness. So you see this expert advisor trend ribbon right here for Metastock. Basically, when your slope is poking up, you're going to be in a bullish area. When it's kind of flat, you're going to have a congestion. You can use it. Sunny, would it be safe to say that you use it as a confirmation for your other indicators?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I don't want to put words in the mouth. So,
and the other thing, Jeff, is that if slope is between 5 and -5 degrees, I consider that to be sideways.
correct. Okay. Very good. Thank you. So as part of the package, you're going to get the DMA histogram, the DMAs, the SunnyBands, the slope, and it is fully built into Metastock. So you have templates. There's a template that includes 1 minute and 5 minutes, daily and weekly, and then a dark version and a white version, or a light version of the charts. Of course, we do have scanning. Anybody that uses Metastock is probably using it for its ability to scan and go through the markets and whatever markets you might be interested in, find entry and exit opportunities. That's something I do every day. But with this one, you can look for congestion, you look for entry signals, you can look for trade setups. Those are the explorations that are there. And I just love that functionality because for me, I trade a lot of optionable stocks. I want to be able to go in and just focus on the stocks that have an opportunity that exists today. And so anytime we release something, I think it's one of the things that Metastock does absolutely best is that scanning and that ability to scan. So you do have the expert advisor, and it's going to come along with the buy and sell alerts, the highlights, the trend ribbon that shows you the trend state. And it's going to come with, of course, an expert advisor. With the expert advisor, we designed a bit of what I call a dashboard view. So you can see right here where all the bands are. You can see what the DMA trend is, what the slope is, whether the histogram is increasing or decreasing. And if there's a signal, it's going to break it down for you. So here's a midline cross signal. It's kind of breaking that down and telling you exactly what's going on in the chart. I love the commentary as well, especially like when it's a new system and you're kind of trying to remember what the rules are. This just helps you break it down. And also Sunny put together her actual trading rules, that what she looks to do. And I love it how it's in like the first person. Here's what I do. Boom. And when I read this, I read it in Sunny's voice in my head. It's pretty cool. So you get a checklist for your trades. You get that dashboard view. You get the commentary. It all comes as part of it. So in addition to that, you're going to get 2 sessions with Sunny Harris. You're going to get an intraday. These are one-on-one sessions that Sunny does. You get an introduction to the SunnyBands and how to use them. In your second call, you're going to get an application session where you use it in live markets. So in addition to that, next week, so this is next Thursday, we're going to sit down and do a recorded bootcamp training. So this will consist of 2 parts. Sunny's going to come in and talk about SunnyBands and how to use them and kind of go through and kind of help you get started. If you're new to Metastock, you haven't used Metastock before, I'm going to go in and break down how to, set up your lists, how to scan the markets, how to decide, how to navigate the program, how to look at the commentaries, all that kind of stuff. So if you're brand new to Metastock, you want to stay for that second half. But it is really basic when I kind of go through it. It's just kind of designed to help you if you're new. You're welcome to watch it either way. So once we've kind of got that done, probably by the following week, we will have a recording that we can provide up on the My Download section of the website. So if you order, anybody that owns the SunnyBands toolkit, as long as you own it, you're going to get an invitation to come to the recording live. You'll be able to come in and ask questions. And we'll also provide that as a recording that's available on the Metastock website to all SunnyBands users. So, but we'll do these boot camps once, and then they're available as soon as you buy. But I really like it when you're able to come and see it live and ask questions and interact. It just makes it a great experience. So I'd encourage, if this is something that you're considering doing, do it before next Thursday so you can join us for that live class. So normally what this would be for the session is $5,713 as a one-time price. It does come with a money-back guarantee, but if you go up to the website here, I'm going to go ahead and just click on this link and we'll open it up. If you go to metastock.com/SunnyBands, we do have a special launch price. This includes all of the indicators that are included, all part of it. And instead of paying that $5,700, what you're going to pay is you're going to get a $3,997 price tag. That includes a 7-day money-back guarantee. You're welcome to give it a try. That includes those 2 Zoom calls that Sunny's going to be doing with you. And it also includes if you don't have a subscription to Metastock and you want to get one, Metastock, just for, in case you aren't familiar with Metastock, maybe you just stumbled across the YouTube or you haven't heard of it before. Metastock's been rated the #1 software program in its price category by the readers of Stocks and Commodities magazine. This year was the 31st year in a row. So it's a great platform. It allows us to kind of come in and work with Sunny to make her scans available and her indicators available and all that kind of stuff. If you haven't tried it before, we'll throw in a free trial. So you get a free trial to Metastock. You get a 7-day money-back guarantee. You get 2 Zoom classes, and give it a go. Metastock.com/SunnyBands. And I'll go ahead and type that in the link. Let's go ahead and see if we have any other questions. I don't see any. All right, except for the Australian markets. I'll talk a little bit more about that because we do get our data. Oh, I didn't even turn this on. Here, let's do this. We do get our data from Reuters, and we cover just about anything. We have a lot of people that use Australian markets, and you can use it there. But you also, if you're in India or London, or there's 300 and something thousand issues that this is available for. So give it a go, see if you like it. It's backed with a money-back guarantee. Get a lot of training, a lot of one-on-one time with Sunny to kind of help you get going and kind of help you with that journey. So I think that's it for me. I do want to say, if you're watching this on YouTube, hit like and subscribe. It helps a great deal. Thank you for coming today. If there's anything you need, give us a call. And the website again for that is, I haven't sent it in there, which is actually good because I typed it wrong. themetastock.com/SunnyBands. If you have questions, 800-882-3040. If you want to see it on some specific charts, John, like some Australian stocks that you want to look at, if you give us a chat, metastock.com/sales chat, we can send you a chart for anything that you're interested in. You can kind of get an idea of how it looks on your stocks. So all that being said, thanks for coming today. Stay healthy, stay well. Thank you, Sunny, for being here. We'll see you again really soon.
For the opportunity.
Okay, cool. And I hope we'll see you at the boot camp next week. So goodbye, everybody.
That'd be great. Thank you.
Thank you. All right.
Hi, Kelly Clement here from Metastock. Before you go, I have 2 quick things for you. 1, thanks for joining us today. We love having you here at our webinars and viewing our videos. So what I'd like to invite you to do before you go is like and subscribe. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. It helps us a great deal, and it helps us bring you more awesome content like today's video. The second thing is we have a great ebook on trading that you can get for free. If you go to metastock.com/YouTubebook, you can get a free copy of The Secrets of Successful Traders. It's a great book with lots of content from traders just like yourself who can teach you some of the secrets that they have learned. Thanks for taking a second with me and learning about those 2 things. Thanks for joining us, and keep on trading.